Previously on Dragon Age.
Stop saying that! I know I shouldn't have sold the idol to that woman. It was a mistake! Make it stop, little brother. Don't let House Tetris fall like this.
Goodbye, brother.
Oh. Oh.
Come on. I don't want to look at this place anymore.
So, you admit your attempted escape? You know what happens to mage girls who don't toe the line around here, don't you?
Please, no! Don't make me tranquil. I'll do anything.
They will die! I will have every last Templar for these abuses.
Baker, no. I almost... If you weren't here...
You wish to rebuild the Alluvian?
You don't have to approve of it. I'm invoking Via Sulavanen. I'll do whatever task you wish.
Meryl?
Anethera, Paul. Are you hurt?
Stay back! What do you want from me?
Paul, what's wrong? I'm here to help.
Stay back! Don't touch me! Creators, help me! Someone, please!
Paul, no! Why did you run? You shouldn't have run!
Hawke, because Meryl won't listen, I give this heirloom of my clan to you for safekeeping. Please, don't let her do this.
Prig. Slattern. If I might put this back on track.
Would someone please tell me what's going on?
You're a daft couple of... Oh, take a hint and bend her over a basin, will you?
Captain?
Guardsman Donick did not file a complaint.
The Fade feels different now. I see the stitches, the seams holding it together. I feel I could wake at any moment.
He is the one.
He must go elsewhere to train. There is no one in Kirkwall to help him. He asked me to say goodbye.
You have a sister. She is alive. Fenris?
I have been thinking of you. In fact, I've been able to think of little else. Command me to go, and I shall.
Did I say anything?
And welcome back, fellow adventurers, to Let's Play Dragon Age 2. I did a little shopping, a little bit of upgrading between videos. I finished the herbalist task so that we got his access to some potions, which I loaded up on a couple of them, just standard ones. We're still waiting to get the potions that are kind of the instant revive potions, because I'm going to need to buy some of those when we get the chance, but not quite yet. We are back in the Hawke estate. We're about to do a little bit of DLC, but before we do that, I want to catch up on some of our correspondence. We have a letter called Inside Job. Hawke, I found a lead on our cargo thefts and have urgent need of your expertise. Please meet me in Hightown's Market during business hours. So we'll go ahead and accept that. From Mancha, Messer Hawke, I wanted to thank you for helping my brother. I worry about what the Templars will do to Charon, but it's what he wants. He is grateful that you defended him before Sir Cullen. Thank you from both of us, Mancha. That's the Templar who we spoke up for, and I think he is still an initiate, but he's going to be kind of on probation for 10 years it's either 5 or 10 years before he can become a full Templar Knight. The Midnight Meeting. I have noticed your considerable talents and have an opportunity that may be of interest to you. Meet me in Hightown at midnight. Discretion is key. A new friend. So these quests are... Oops. Keep clicking stuff other than the journal. These quests are they side quests? Yeah, one of them. The Midnight Meeting is a side quest. Inside Job is actually a secondary quest. So we will get to that. Let's see. Should I do that before or after the DLC? I'll do that after the DLC, since I've been talking about it for a while. So we'll just follow up on those leads when we get back to Kirkwall, because this is going to send us off to quite a different place. So we have the 2 bits of DLC here. They're both accessible through these statues. There's Memento of Legacy, which tells about, or is a quest that involves the Hawke family. We're going to probably save that one till Act 3, sometime during Act 3. But this is the one we're going to do for Act 2. This one is called The Mark of the Assassin. So yes, we will play this. Now Varric is locked into this one, and so we need to choose 2 others to accompany Hawke on this particular DLC. So let me think. Let's go with... Let's go with Sebastian, since poor guy's been out of the loop for a while. And... let's see, Isabella... That's 3 rogues, but... you know what? I'll go with it. Especially given the nature of what most of this quest is. I think it actually might work out for us. So we'll do that.
You've been wasting my time, Varric. It stops now.
Seeker, you wound me.
The champion nearly starts a war, and you're all too happy to bury it beneath your words. You will tell me about the Qunari.
Well, there was that business with the mage, but the champion stopped that from turning into a bigger mess than it already was.
And yet we had Orlesians threatening sanctions of every kind and measure. What happened at Chateau Hain? What happened with Talis?
You've heard about her?
We had someone there, but they lacked your access. Whatever Talis was to the champion, it seems like it angered a nation.
Thousands of lives were at stake, Seeker.
Perhaps one still is.
Nicely non-specific. All right, let me set the scene. An ambush, an invitation, a hunting party. All because of Talis.
And of course, there's no one.
All I know is it had something to do with you and nobles. Edge is usually very reliable.
That's what you get for listening to someone named Edge.
Feels like an ambush.
Why? It's not always an ambush. All right. Maybe sometimes it's an ambush.
And there she is. Today you die, pretty one. Oh! Kill her! Kill all of them!
Well, what are you waiting for?
Who the blazes is that?
Don't know. Kill people, then ask.
Well, someone gets the badass intro there. So far, all we know that she's an elf and she can kick butt and take names. It's good enough for me. That's almost everyone. Yep.
Sloppy. You'd think the crows would be better at this. They've been doing it for ages.
And yes, you can flirt with her. It goes a little bit farther than you're flirting with Aveline. But again, she's just a character for this bit of DLC, so, you know, if you want to, you can. But I don't think for this playthrough we're going to.
Were these crows a gift from you? That's generous.
Oh, I didn't arrange this, but it's no coincidence I'm here. My name is Talus, and I've been looking for you.
Looking for me?
Looking for the woman who has an invitation to Chateau Haine, to be specific.
Oh, that's what Edge was on about. You remember? The Orlaisian Duke who bought that ring from the Deep Roads. He sent a letter.
It can't have been serious.
That would be Duke Prosper de Montfort, member of the Orlaisian aristocracy, and a man who hosts a fine salon. Or so I hear.
Let me guess, this isn't just a social call?
I need to relieve him of something he has no right to possess. And I can't do it alone.
You mean theft?
Because we never take anything that isn't ours?
That doesn't mean we should.
Well, stealing from Orlaisians is never wrong. Or so I've been told.
This isn't how I was planning to ask you this. I was picturing an introduction with less blood.
What makes you think I steal things just because people ask me to?
Well, I would.
I may have talked you up a bit. Maybe more than once.
Oh, Varric.
What? It's not like I'm exaggerating. Much.
All I've heard is that you get things done. I'm hoping that's true.
Why not? I hear the Orlaisians make excellent cheese.
That's right. You're Ferelden, aren't you?
We're not actually dog people, despite whatever rumors you've heard.
I'll keep that in mind.
So tell me, what exactly is it you want to steal?
A jewel. The Duke thinks it's valuable, and it is. Just not in the way he believes. What's more, he shouldn't have it in the first place. He who wishes to walk on water must first learn to swim. Come with me to Chateau Haine. I'll explain everything on the way. If nothing else, you get fine wine and fancy company. But I hope you want more than that.
Don't forget to loot the bodies. Do I ever?
Fair enough.
Pillage and plunder is half the fun.
Isabella knows why we play the game. Okay, Antivan Crow. Comes with a letter, an unsigned note. Renzo, someone has to clean up what's left of Edge. The squirrely little dwarf made a mess when we questioned him, but we got what we needed. Hawke will be in the highway market town tonight. Be sure to deliver the Cavalry family's best regards. Oh joy, we're caught up in Orlaisian politics. Gotta love it. Oh, okay, let's see. There we go. Alright, so I guess we'll follow Talus out to Chateau Haine. Alright, so she gets locked in now as a companion. I think it's only fair to take Varric because the whole impetus of the story here was that he kind of knew what was going on. So it'd make more sense in the story if he was actually there. So the question is, do we take Isabella or Sebastian? Isabella has a lot more to do with the Qunari arc. But then again, it's been so long since we've had Sebastian in the party for any significant amount of time, so I'm going to take him. Because Isabella will have a lot to do near the finale of Act 2. So, let's go with that.
The jewel we're after is called the Heart of the Many.
Interesting name.
Interesting jewel. All I care about is getting it away from the Duke. Here's the problem. The heart is in a vault, behind who knows what kind of traps, protected by a private army of Orlesian chevaliers, all inside a fortress that was designed to be impregnable. And let's not forget, it's on the side of a mountain, in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by monsters.
Oh, is that all? Business as usual as far as the champion is concerned.
And Justice, dears Prosper, when is this going to get started?
Presently. All right, everyone. You'll know the tradition, yes? The first to find and slay a wyvern wins the honors of the evening. And bragging rights, of course. Good luck to you all.
Hello.
Lovely day for a hunt, don't you agree? Very outdoorsy.
Ah, Mistress Hawke. Let them pass. They are here as my guests. Please excuse Gahir. A polite bodyguard is a contradiction in terms, or so I am told.
A chastened? Here?
Ah yes, you are Ferelden, aren't you? You would know these people.
I know of Darkspawn too, but I generally don't let them breathe on me.
No, he breathes on all the guests. Think of it as a rite of passage. And who is this lovely specimen?
You flatter me, Your Grace.
And I see you brought assistance, already armed and armored. Wonderful. I must say, your presence is a surprise. I offered the invitation as a courtesy, but had no idea you were interested in our hunt.
It's a favorite pastime of mine to find things and kill them, actually.
Really? Then you will fit right in. At any rate, I won't keep you from the hunt. Wouldn't want you to fall behind the others, yes?
I don't think I've ever encountered a wyvern before.
And why would you? They are exceptional beasts, magnificent cousins to the mighty dragon. My only advice? Beware their poison. It's the deadliest thing about them, as well as the most valuable.
Their poison is valuable.
Indeed. From it can be brewed Aquae Lucidius, a libation adored even by the Empress herself.
You'd think she'd be against drinking poison, on principle.
Her Imperial Majesty's many things, careful not being one of them. But here you are wasting valuable time on questions. Do you wish the others to beat you to the prize?
It will be an interesting diversion, I'm sure.
Good luck to you, my lady. Remember, fortune favors the bold.
Okay. And, of course, Talus has ability points, so we can lay them out. She certainly seems to be a melee fighter, similar to Isabella, so we'll deck out her tree similar to how Isabella's is. That should get her started. Fortunately, we don't need to spend all the time getting her attribute points up. They're already laid out.
I provide equipment from the Duke's own stables.
And we have some merchants here in case we want them, although...
That's interesting. I've always wanted to learn to cook. You don't mind if I take that, do you, Hawke?
Oh, okay. Sebastian wants to learn how to cook. We got a recipe for him. Looks like someone else has got another little sub-quest here for us.
You have come a long way to join our Duke, Sirrah. You'll pardon me for saying that you do not seem like a hunter. A word of caution since you are new to this. Wyverns spit venom. Their victims suffer terrible pain before they die.
Death is always the result, then?
Depending on exposure, it may take days. But yes, death is always the outcome if the poison isn't treated.
Since people hunt these creatures successfully, I imagine there's a trick to learn.
Ah, there are many tricks. It is best not to face the beasts head-on. Flank them. Blind them if you can.
I have no doubt this will be a challenge, but I'm sure it's a worthy one.
May Andraste keep you safe. If you fail to avoid the venom completely, there are treatments. A distillation of herbs, equal parts Drakevein, Andraste's mantle, and winterberry can counteract the poison. May the Maker's luck grace your hunt. Be safe, Sirrah.
Well, I guess we have some things to look out for while we're in the woods. Let's see what kind of quests we have here. So look out for more recipes somewhere out there in the forest. I guess they're just randomly placed for no reason, as is usual. We need to hunt the wyvern and make the salve if we have stuff. So, I mean, it kind of works out. As you look to hunt down the wyvern, you can pick up various things. By the way, that is indeed a chastened barbarian. We have not seen them since, I don't think, since Dragon Age Origins. And of course, Hawke would be familiar with them since her hometown of Lothering is pretty close to the Chastened Wilds.
I'm afraid I can't help you.
Oh, fine then. Okay, make our way out to the hunting grounds. Now, we can't just find a wyvern by random encounter, we need to bait it.
Are there truly wyverns here? Not just servants dressed up in wyvern suits?
Supposedly. Not that I've ever seen one, though.
I take it we run around randomly shouting, "Here, wyvern, wyvern, wyvern!"
We just need to look for signs, and be careful. We get this over with, we get into the keep.
And that's where the jewel is?
That's where the jewel is.
So we'll kind of take the standard search pattern for any kind of dungeon area and just, I guess, take some left-handed turns until we can't, and then start taking right-handed turns. There's a quest marker over there. We'll have to see what that is in a minute.
Foolish hound, get back here. I am told wyverns roost in the trees. Perhaps if we shake them.
You want to just stand back and watch? Should be good for a few laughs.
I have a feeling they are not going to win the contest. Nothing is really standing out yet. Although we're just picking up random potions from other hunters. Nope, nope, nothing up there.
I think we found something. We've a hint of the beast. After it!
Running out of things to look at for this particular screen, although similar to the Brazilian forest, the hunting grounds is broken up into sections. There's our first component for the counter venom, anti-venom potion, whatever you want to call it. Finish this screen completely before we move into any others.
There is something in there. A nest, perhaps.
Ugh, little gremlin-like things. They're called ghasts. The ghast is a small vicious creature that dwells in mountain caves. One is little more than a nuisance and will flee if threatened. A pack of 5 or more, however, is much bolder and can easily overwhelm a bear. Although ghasts are cunning and able to cooperate for survival, they show no signs of true intelligence. They are unable to speak, communicating only through grunts and squeals. Although they seem intelligent enough to wear armor and shoot weapons. So I'm not sure if no signs of true intelligence is 100% accurate. Also pretty elusive. Hard to pin down.
What in Andraste's name were those?
Ghasts. Cave creatures. They don't come out on the surface much, however.
Hungry for hunters, perhaps?
Nothing over there. One more danger to be on the lookout for then, I guess. We have a lost scholar who has also lost much of his clothing.
Oh, blessed Andraste, thank you. I thought I'd die out here. I've been trapped here since last night.
I know I'm going to regret this, but why are you standing out here in your small clothes?
Ghasts were chasing me. I thought I could leave false trails. The truth told, I'm not looking for the Wyvern. I'm a scholar from Cumberland, researching an Avar cult that once lived here. They worship the Lady of the Skies to the exclusion of all other gods. I'm searching for their shrine.
Maybe I can look for it while I'm hunting.
Rumors say they were driven from their last refuge. They left a great treasure in the goddess's keeping. But the mountain has defeated me. Please, take my research and see if you can do anything with it. I will try to make it back to camp. Good luck to you, Sirrah.
Notes on the Avar Sky Cult. Every Avar holy site, regardless of clan or deity, has a well-hidden opening in the altar which would be aligned with the rising of the sun on the winter solstice, where the sacred relics of the god or goddess would be enshrined. This would never be removed, even in dire emergency, for fear of angering the gods. Avar tales from the Divine Age are filled with warnings about those who mistreat or show the least disrespect to altars of the Lady of the Skies. Unfortunately, the superstitious Avars countered a host of innocuous things as disrespectful, including speaking, coughing, holding objects in your right hand, and possessing anything containing feathers. It is unlikely there is any real danger in approaching the altar. Oh, that's the first mention of the Avars for a long time. I believe, if I remember correctly, we dealt a little bit with their society back in Dragon Age Awakening. They are the culture, I believe, that existed in the land of Ferelden before the modern Ferelden people arrived as part of the Tevinter invasion. I don't know if they're related to the Chasyn or not, but they might be. Well, in any case, I think this is a good time for me to end this particular recording session. Depending on how I chop up the chapters, this may actually be the end of a video, or it will just transition to into the next one. But in either case, after the cut, we will continue exploring the hunting grounds. Alright, welcome back, everyone. This is either a new video or after the cut. I haven't yet decided, but in any case,
I've always found wyverns are better sport than giant spiders.
The sooner we get the hunt over with, the sooner we'll be at the chateau to finish this.
I don't know. I think, Sebastian, that I'd rather be fighting giant spiders, because we're going to find the wyverns here to be actually pretty tough. And the question is, did I get turned around in that last screen? Yeah, I think I did, because I remember passing by that crafting recipe already. But that's okay. We'll just head back up here, because this...
Just how long has this wyvern hunt been going on?
It's an annual tradition the Montfort began to keep the population down. They breed quickly.
And the Orlesian nobility is only too happy to help out.
It's a game.
Now what's this?
Is that wyverns mating?
Could we mimic that?
No. Oh, the sound. Right, yes. I can try that.
Nice. Well, in case you were all curious about what's the sound of wyverns mating, there it is. Alright, we found another part of the recipe for the anti-wyvern venom. Or anti-poison, I don't know how you call it. What do you call it? But anyway. The quest is this way. At least one of them, one of the quests are, because of the marker. But I do want to try to explore everywhere before we get farther into different screens. So let's see. We can go down or up. Let's go down first.
Here, boys.
Someone's lost their Mabari, I think.
Have you seen a pair of coursers? I've been calling and calling, but it is no use. Nicodemus should know better, but Sylvain never had an ounce of sense in his head.
Okay, not dogs. He's calling for his servants, I guess.
Just so you're aware, I have no idea what you're talking about. But feel free to keep rambling.
Ferelden. I've lost my dogs, of course. They took off after a stag, and the Maker only knows where they've gotten to now. Please, you must help me find them.
I stand corrected again. I was right the first time. They are his hunting dogs.
If I see your dogs, I'll let you know.
May Andraste guide you. Nicodemus! Blood of Andraste, where are those hands?
Come up around this way. I see blood. Cutscene loading. Wonder why it takes strangely long to load this cutscene compared to the others. Not sure why.
A lot of blood. Would that be prey or from a wyvern itself?
I've heard they fight for dominance. Can't be gentle.
Maybe we can use some to draw out rivals. Added to what we have already, is it enough to draw one out of hiding?
I'd say so. A little one. Probably all we need. In the right spot, no doubt.
Okay, so it looks like we can actually get a wyvern out into the open. And let's see, is this... Nope, that's not going to be the fight zone. I know that's around here somewhere, as we actually fight the wyvern.
That weird old guy mentioned.
But yes, this is that strange altar that the guy was trying to find.
I guess that scholar was right about something. I've got kind of a bad feeling about this place, though.
Yeah, just a free chest, no enemies. That's not suspicious at all. But we did get some items from it.
I told you not to mess around with it.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't help it. So yes, we are now being attacked by ancient Avarians, I think. Or at least the spirits thereof. What I forgot about, and now that I've kind of looking at things, I just realized, is that even though Talis is introduced in a cutscene where she does a lot of melee action, within the gameplay itself, she's actually a ranged fighter, as she only throws daggers, basically. So we're in an interesting situation where pretty much every single member of our party is a ranged attacker, which is definitely for difficulty, higher difficulty levels, we would not want. It's probably not so much of a problem since we're on easy mode. But
nicely done.
Yeah, not
That thing was a juggernaut.
something that I remembered until after the fact when I started seeing how she fights. I thought she was going to be a melee attacker, but that's not the case. Some stuff here. Superior shield. Okay, not bad, not bad. We didn't even have to use a potion either, so I'm not complaining about our current setup now. Might change my tune a bit when we get to the wyvern.
Name.
Why?
Once the Viscount accepted you as your grandparents' heir, you could have been Lady Amel.
I'm happy with who I am.
You're right then. You wouldn't fit in among the nobility.
That is a fair point that actually hasn't been brought up before, as to why Hawke kept her father's name instead of her noble-born mother's, but seems like a fair enough reason.
I'll deal with this.
Got some Dragerlings around here, and sure enough, that's because there is an actual dragon here. Fortunately, not a high dragon, or else you'd really be in trouble.
I can do this in my sleep. Bianca, baby, introduce yourself.
It's been a while since we last dealt with dragons. Last time, I believe, was back when earlier in Act 2 when we cleared out the bone pit for the second time.
Invigorating, but I doubt that was the point of the hunt.
Do dragons and wyverns even mix? I don't think so.
So if we drop part of this in the right spot, we might lure a wyvern out to protect its territory.
Good thought. Do that.
So the wyvern's going to think it's coming towards a rival wyvern, another dragon, and a mate, all at the same time. It's going to be one confused wyvern. You know, maybe angry and wanting to fight, but still rather confused. Alright, I think that finishes up that top spur. So let's go along this way. Okay, we have a man just randomly admiring a signal fire for some reason. Alright, I think that completes our wraparound. So we have, let's see, this is to the east, and I think this is just another way to the, oh no, that's to the chateau. Okay, well we definitely don't want to go back to the chateau. So we will head back down and go east. This is one of those occasions where if we'd gone to the right first instead of down to the left, we would have ended up down at the eastern entrance right away instead of me having to do some backtracking. But that's just because sometimes left first is not always the best policy. I just follow that when I can't remember of any other particular reason to make a choice as to go one way or any other.
They should use dogs to flush them. Wyverns tend to, defecate to drive away pursuit.
Never mind this lot.
Okay, that looked like a wyvern. Huzzah! We're on the right track.
Does it worry anyone else that we're following a trail of shit? Just me?
There you go, Hawke. It seems we're on the trail.
Too bad the trail isn't upwind.
Yeah, there it is. Some wyvern droppings. Yay.
Look, I think he wants us to follow him.
Ah, it's one of the missing dogs. So yes, we'll follow him. Perhaps he will lead us to his companion. Aw, the dog's poisoned.
Oh no. Poor thing. Wyvern poison. I'm almost certain. Poor thing.
We'll have to leave him here.
We could tell his owner where he is. I don't know that it'll help much, though.
Yep, so, unfortunately, I mean, we could, the other option, of course, is just to put the dog out of its misery immediately. But we may actually want to lead the dog's owner back to let him make that decision. So let me go back this way.
Is your family really from Kirkwall? I heard you were Ferelden.
My mother's family is from Kirkwall. We left for Eldon during the Blight.
Makes sense. Did you know the Warden?
No. Someone told me he even came to Lothering, but if so, I never saw him.
Well, that's accurate. When Warden Vexus came to Lothering in the first game, I don't think he met anyone named Hawke. least not that I remember. Okay, which path do we want to take? We want to take the upper path. It's a good thing Hawke's a fast runner, or else this would take a really long time.
Varric?
You called?
I notice you don't have a nickname for me.
I call you Hawke. You've probably heard it once or twice.
But that's my name. It's not like Daisy or Blondie.
All right, Waffles. You really want a nickname? I can hook you up.
Waffles? That's unexpected.
Oh, she is right. He has nicknames for most people, but not her.
You, do you have any news?
I ran across a couple of dogs in the woods, but one of them was poisoned. I don't think he's going to make it.
Thanks for telling me. I'll go see what I can do.
Okay. I guess we're going to be following him. I don't know, actually I can't remember if we have to talk to him one more time after he meets his dog, but if so, I'm sure it will be indicated on the map. Around the corner. I think we're slowly catching up to him. We are the main character, so we have to run faster than everyone else, it seems. Oops. There we go. Alright, no quest marker indication. So I guess we don't do any more on that particular issue. So, I don't know. Does he do anything for the dog? I guess we won't know.
Oh, that's everything the old huntmaster said we needed for an antidote.
I don't think there's enough for a person, though. Maybe we can find a use for it.
Oh, wait a minute. For the dog. I gotcha. I gotcha. I'm a smart player. Alright, well, we already know where the poison dog is, so let's head that way. Oh, dog's not here. Well, maybe he's moved his dog somewhere else, and when we meet him, we'll be able to get the dog treated. Let's see. If I head down this way. Actually, since we're already near the entrance, let me go back to the east just for a moment to see if we need to complete that curing the dog quest in the other screen. Sorry for the zipping back and forth. Unlike the main game... No, I don't see anything. Okay, we'll just go back. Unlike the main Dragon Age 2 game, which I have played multiple times, I've actually only played this DLC once before, so it's a little bit more foggy in my memory. Alright, let's go ahead and head down this way.
I'm surprised your parents never married you off, Varric.
I was still in diapers when my father died. I'm sure he was getting around to it.
And your brother never married either, right? Wasn't he concerned about continuing the Tethras line?
Your family's dead and you're still celibate, right? Why don't you take care of that little quirk before you come bothering me?
Remains.
Oh, a wyvern kill. Some kind of holla or something.
That could be a tunic.
Don't know, don't care. It's bait they liked for some reason.
Okay, now the wyvern is also think it's coming towards a person, I guess? Yay, a ghast hole.
Watch it. Ghast hole.
A what hole?
A little scholar myself.
you didn't hear what Varric was saying, don't worry, he was making a bad pun. Okay, the gas also appear to be able to cast magic, which is not good. Let's see. Put that assassin mark on him. I know this DLC is called Mark of the Assassin, but quite frankly, if anyone goes around marking people as an assassin, it's Hawke.
Bloody things. I think that's the last of them. For now.
Okay, just
How many are
junk.
there usually?
Junk and money.
The Gasling nest can often be 100 or more. Just be thankful we're not underground.
And more money. Alright, anything else to find? Pile of bones. With money. Okay. So that concludes that spur. So we can go off to the side here. This path here, if you're not paying attention to the mini-map, you may not see it. It's pretty well hidden between the trees. Another pile of bones with another dead end. So we head back up. This is the most open area of the DLC, by the way. After this, things are going to become a little bit more contained. You do get a viewpoint here. Let's have a look.
Pretty countryside, at least.
The Montfort family inherited this mountain from a clan of Navarran dragon hunters. Well, maybe inherited is the wrong word. What do you call it when you kill someone in order to get all their stuff?
Murder?
Profitable murder, maybe.
Adventuring, at least in the Dragon Age universe.